Everyone, I'm Tanaz from Forever Conscious, and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of April 15th. So, where do I begin? There's so much energy going on this week. Today, of course, is the Aries New Moon, and it is also the end of Mercury Retrograde. So this is setting us up for the week ahead. So let me touch on the new moon. I know I spoke about it last week, but the Aries New Moon is always one of the best new moons for new beginnings and planting seeds. And that's because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and is all about new beginnings, new ideas, new projects, new leadership. But in order to plant these new seeds, we need to know what we want. We need to know what's next for us. We kind of need to have a better understanding of what's ahead. So it's a little premature to plant the seeds just yet. And that's because of other energy that's going on in the cosmos. We're being asked to hold back a little bit. We definitely want to think about new beginnings and what we want to manifest, but it's almost like there's this added step the universe has thrown in there for us, and it's this step of changing what is no longer working in your life. This is kind of the first thing that you've got to tackle before you can think about the new beginning. What is no longer working for me? You know what? This attitude, this job, this relationship, this belief, this living situation, it's no longer working for me. What do I do next? And by having this conversation with yourself, by going within and really asking yourself this question, it will help you to know what seeds you need to plant for the future, for the coming weeks when the energy is really, really supporting this new beginning. This new beginning energy that the Aries New Moon brings is slow to start. So use the first part of this week, in fact, use the whole week to really think about what needs to change in your life, what is no longer working for you, and what are you going to do to change it, switch it, and flip it. And under that new change, under that new energy, you'll be in a better position to plant those seeds for the future, for this potent Aries new moon. The other thing is Mercury goes direct today, and that means that any messages that Mercury has for you while in retrograde will start to be delivered and uncovered during this week. So pay attention. Mercury retrograde is always strongest in the beginning and at the end of the retrograde. So we're really going to be getting some messages. We're really going to be uncovering things. New information may come to light. So pay attention and see what unfolds for you. Also this week, we have Saturn going retrograde, we have Pluto going retrograde, and we have Chiron shifting into Aries. So let me touch on all of these individually for a moment. So Saturn has moved into Capricorn. Saturn has been in Capricorn since December of last year. So think about what was going on for you around December of last year, because that stuff is going to kind of be revisited. Under this energy, Saturn will be helping us to kind of go over any lessons or things that we've needed to take responsibility for. Saturn is like the strict teacher of the zodiac. It's sort of a masculine energy, which is why I'm using he. Saturn is always about making sure that we do our homework, taking responsibility, setting boundaries, getting grounded. Saturn is very active in 2018, and so this we're kind of going to be revisiting some of the lessons. It's like, okay, from December until now, what have we learned? Saturn's going to make us go over it and sort of, it's the exam for the last few months, kind of that energy. We're revisiting whatever lessons Saturn has been delivering to us since December. Pluto retrograde, we're not going to feel on an external level too much. Pluto is obviously the furthest away from the sun, which means it's the planet that works on the deepest layers of ourselves. Pluto is like the subconscious and beyond, like that, other realms, other worlds, other dimensions. So when it goes retrograde, we don't necessarily feel it on a conscious level, but it's working on a subconscious level. So there's not really much to say on that in a global sense or in a sense of this because it's so personal to every individual. So it's just something to be aware of. Again, you don't feel it on a conscious level. It's very sort of inner depth work, that inner sort of depth work, which brings me to Chiron moving into Aries. It's going to be very hard for you to separate these energies in your own life. So I will kind of summarize what this will feel or look like for you, but it's going to be very hard for you to say, oh, that's Pluto retrograde, oh, that's Chiron, because they're all working synergistically. So Pluto working on the inner level, but so is Chiron. So Chiron is moving into Aries after being in Pisces for quite some time. So Chiron is an asteroid. It's not a planet, but astrologers are astrology makes Chiron very interesting because in astrology, Chiron represents our wounds, our deepest wounds, our inherited karmic past life wounds, the wounds that our soul wants to learn in this life, the things that we want to uncover and heal. So when Chiron shifts into Aries, this is going to bring a new wave of energy, a new understanding of our purpose, a new understanding of what we've come in this life to heal. Again, we're not going to necessarily feel it or see it in our external reality. It's all happening on a deeper level. These are all energetic shifts that you don't really understand. So Pluto and Chiron, you don't really understand until they're done. And then you can look back and you can go, wow, that was really a chapter in my life where I was doing this. So don't even try to make sense of it. Maybe you'll feel it. Maybe you'll get some intuitive pings. That's okay. But this is all inner work that you don't really understand until it's completed. And you can look back and go, So it's a good time to think about now what Chiron in Pisces has brought your way. So for more information on this, I will put a link below. It's just way too much to go into in these videos, which I like to keep short and sweet. So I'll put a link below and that'll give you some more information on how you can start to think about these deeper inner stirrings that are happening in the cosmos and in your own heart and soul. So for this week, the focus and the thing that's going to take up most of our awareness is this change piece. With Mercury also going direct, there's going to be lots of new information. The energy is going to feel a little bit all over the place. We're going to have to stay grounded and centered and really work on our inner selves and think about what needs to shift, what needs to change, what improvements do you want to make in your life, because you're really being supported to do so right now. Keep it light, keep it easy this week. Try not to, with Mercury, kind of moving forward, try not to rush ahead or fight anything. It's again that patience theme that's come up a lot since the start of April. So stay patient. Again, thinking about those change pieces, and maybe even by the end of the week, you will start to sort of feel into what new beginnings you want to plant under this new moon energy. So this new moon is pretty intense, I'll be honest. And then we've kind of got next week, which is a sort of this intensity, but I want to let you know that the upcoming full moon in Scorpio at the end of the month is beautiful. It's going to be really rewarding all of the hard work that we're doing now. So a little bit of intensity. Aries is a fire sign, strong new moon, lots of cosmic shifts, but it'll be worth it in the end. Keep plugging through, because by the end of the month, we have a beautiful full moon ready to greet you. Okay, I am Tanaz from Forever Conscious. Thank you so much.